Officers are generally not in the habit of giving out tickets for nothing.
I couldn't see her.
It's a little
Little what?
That's going to be my new code word for different.
I was extremely upset. My blood was boiling. I'm still very upset, but at that moment I was enraged. The court date was the next day, so I only listened to this the day before the court rate. My daughter and I started transcribing it, and his report said video, yes, audio, no. So they were not aware that they were on the tape.
What went through your mind when you saw the video?
I feel but now I feel hurt, and it really hurts my feelings.
These are the people we've told Francier to trust, to go to when she needs help. And I just can't believe that two officers would conduct themselves in this manner, that they would be so, I want to say inhumane about these comments, because that's what it is. And that, they don't respect, obviously, people with disabilities.
Taoufik Moala still can't decide whether he should laugh or cry. He'd finished work early, dropped off his kids, and was heading to the store with his favorite song on the radio.
Isn't it a good song?
He was listening to CNC Music Factory's dance anthem, Gonna Make You Sweat. But it wasn't music to the ears of 4 police officers who pulled him over.
And then they asked me if I screamed. I said, no, I was just singing. He said, okay, I need your driving license.
5 minutes later, the officer handed him this $149 ticket for screaming in a public space. Were you screaming in your car?
I was singing.
You were singing?
Yeah, I was singing. Everybody dance now.
A spokesman for the Montreal Police Force said at this point he doesn't have enough information to comment on the case. But he also added officers are generally not in the habit of giving out tickets for nothing. There have been recent cases in Canada where police have been accused of being overzealous. Last month, an Edmonton area man was given a ticket for driving 1 kilometer over the speed limit. And in January, this Alberta man was given a $465 ticket for driving with a crack in his driver's license.
That's bad.
Everybody dance now.
Moala insists he wasn't being obnoxious and didn't mouth off to police. He was just enjoying the day, and he says everyone at some point sings in their car. Even Montreal's mayor, Denis Coderre, admits he does.
What song?
We Are the Champion.
But Moala doesn't think it's funny that he may have to pay $150, so he's planning to fight the ticket and hoping he gets a judge who likes dance music. Rob Lurie, CTV News, Montreal.
Simona, thank you for taking the time to chat with us. I think a lot of people were upset seeing your video. What was your state of mind in that moment as you were getting dragged through the halls and we saw that officer step on your head?
It was so degrading, and at a time where I was so vulnerable, I don't know why anyone would commit that act of abuse, and I just felt so powerless because the police, they have such a high level of power that what are you supposed to do in that moment, right? And it just felt so degrading.
And now looking back at that video, what goes through your head when you're watching it?
Well, the first time I watched it, I was sobbing, and it was awful. I don't think anyone wants to see themselves like that. But then, it kind of angered me to know how many people kind of go through this and how their voices aren't heard, and that's kind of why I'm going out and taking so many interviews, is because I have this chance to speak publicly about what happened. And I'm partly doing it for me, but also for so many people who cannot have their voices heard. For instance, Regis or Mr. Chowdhury, who unfortunately were killed during these wellness checks, and I think that's definitely something that we need to address. and perform their duties, because that's what they're trained to. And as a nursing student, we face abusive patients all the time, people who are verbally aggressive, who are physically aggressive. And you don't see us using force, and a lot of the time we don't even give medications for that. A lot of what we do as nurses is de-escalating, is to hear their issues, consider it, talk to them through it, and then kind of bring them back down to baselines.
Tonight, an Edmonton police officer is charged with assault for using his knee to take down an Indigenous man. Alberta Bureau Chief Janet Dirks on the disturbing video.
This video, taken last August, shows the violent arrest of an Indigenous man in Edmonton. His bicycle lies nearby. Although Elliot McLeod is already face down on the ground with an officer who appears to be holding him, a second officer runs up to the man and jumps knee first onto his back and appears to lean on his neck and shoulder area. McLeod begs that he stop. You can hear an officer yelling,
"Do not run from the police! Think I would catch you?"
Edmonton police say Constable Michael Partington, a 4-year member with the force, was charged today with 1 count of assault. He has been relieved from duty without pay.
It's pretty troubling to me that there's a video that is so credible and belies any explanation making that amount of force reasonable in any circumstance, and yet it takes 10 months for him to be suspended without pay and for charges to be brought.
6 months after the arrest on video, McLeod was charged with the murder of an Edmonton woman. The incident in August is unrelated to that charge. Edmonton police say an investigation of the arrest began after they received the video shortly after the incident and found what was in the police report didn't match what was on the video. They referred the investigation to the Crown Prosecutor's Office in Calgary, who recommended the officer be charged.